Oh my god, hunting trophy number 6. Yeah, let's go. Again, there's our first magic leaf. That's what we want to see. Don't need the metal detector. Hi folks, here I am at wave 51 with an absolute bonkers build that is capable of just absolutely demolishing elites. We'll likely go ahead and call it here simply because, we've sort of demonstrated the point. We'll go ahead and show you how you can get to this point in endless mode and continue to essentially climb as many levels as you want and basically just break the game until you get bored. We'll go ahead and show you how we got here. Keep watching. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We're about to find out if there's such thing as too much Brotato as I show you how you can break endless mode and hit the deep, dark waves of your dreams as you start the run that never, ever ends. We're going to be showcasing a really fun build here that it requires a little work to put together, but I do believe it's going to be the strongest way to go ahead and clear D5. Go ahead and get deep into endless mode in D5. Go ahead and do a roll there. We really want to pick up some crits. Really like a Thief Dagger, and again, we really want to prioritize getting several Thief Daggers early. So we really want to be at 6 Thief Daggers by wave 3 at the absolute latest. If we see a gentle alien, I will go ahead and lock that because I do think that is quite valuable. But again, let's sort of summarize why we're starting with Thief Daggers and how that works with Loud. So Loud obviously spawns 50% more enemies. Thief Daggers give you a chance when killing an enemy with a crit to give yourself an extra material. So when we use these two mechanics together, we're able to really get a lot of money quickly and snowball pretty hard. I will take a free dynamite even though it doesn't really mess with our build that well. We'll take a little bit of luck. And again, we really want to prioritize crit chance. We'll go ahead and take a gentle alien. I'm really happy to see a Thief Dagger there. I do think getting gentle alien a little earlier is good simply because it'll spawn more enemies which we can kill for more crits. So Thief Dagger Loud is it's just a strong combination. Like you can win pretty consistently with that, and it's a really broken build, which I will probably showcase at some point. But we're essentially using all these extra enemies on the map as really more target practice, right? So we can go ahead and start off with Loud, way more enemies to kill with crits. Really allows us to snowball super hard and get a ton of materials early. However, we will be transitioning builds by like waves 25 to 30. We'll actually be moving out of Thief Daggers, but we'll be talking all about how that works. This early, I do like a bag, and really happy. We do want to get a little bit better Thief Daggers, and I do not mind rerolling someone aggressively looking for another Thief Dagger, just because as we upgrade these Thief Daggers in rarity tier, the chance to get a material when killing an enemy with a crit goes up pretty drastically. So, well, not drastically, it goes up by 6%. But we obviously want to maximize all the money that we can get. So we're going to be starting off with a Loud Thief build, really prioritizing getting as much money, as much luck, as many stats as possible. Before transitioning our build, like I said, wave 25 to 30 is kind of when I start changing. And we'll be moving into a separate build based around potato throwers. Sort of the key ways to make this work, we'll talk about right when we start the next wave, but there's essentially 4 items that we use together to absolutely destroy endless mode and go very far. I really like crit chance because, again, higher crit means more chance to get money from the Thief Daggers. So that's something we absolutely do want to prioritize. And we actually do not want to take Mastery, even though it's an awesome melee item traditionally, simply because of the build we're going to be transitioning into. And again, really being aggressive about upgrading these Thief Daggers. There are 4 items that make endless mode much more manageable. I mean, many people can get to wave 35, wave 40 on endless mode, but getting past there is pretty challenging. With this build, you'll be able to get to like wave 40, wave 50, wave 60. I've gotten to wave 100, and I've seen other folks take similar builds to like wave 500 or 1000. The 4 items we're looking for are padding, are alien eyes, are potato throwers, although we will not be looking for potato throwers until we're already in endless mode, and most importantly, the hunting trophy. And we'll talk about in the next wave how these items work together and why getting these 4 items allow us to absolutely just bust open endless mode as we get started here. But again, really seeing those daggers give us a lot of great materials. And love another gentle alien. We'll go ahead and take a little more attack speed. And we'll take rare regen at that tier. Happy with a little more luck. And again, we really want to crank that crit, so really happy with insanity. Even with not great range, I'll take a beanie there. So really happy at wave 6 here to get all these Thief Daggers. And then we see Potato Thrower, but it is not your time just yet. And we'll go ahead and keep upgrading these Thief Daggers. And again, I'm just being really aggressive in getting these Thief Daggers upgraded. I do want a little more damage, so I'll go ahead and take that Gummy Bear, even though it's not like an amazing item here. But essentially the way this build works is you cannot get more materials once you get to endless mode, right? Enemies start dropping less and less until they drop pretty much none. So you get no more materials in endless mode. However, hunting trophies still work. So the crux of this build is by using hunting trophies to continue to get a ton of materials in the endless waves. We do most of our damage with the potato throwers and the alien eyes, which will allow to scale off of our health. So we'll keep using our hunting trophies to keep getting money, and we'll let our health climb as we do tons and tons of damage with our potato throwers and our alien eyes. The alien eyes and potato throwers both scale off health, and padding gives us more health with materials. So we'll be using all materials from padding to kind of keep those two, keep those items all working in tandem. And it's extraordinarily strong, and it's pretty fun. We'll take another gentle mouse and another bag, all things like to see, and we'll go ahead and grab a little more crit chance. So playing very greedy here. We obviously have -1 armor, but we're at a really nice 49% crit already, which is really good. And again, the way this build works is we use all the materials we get from hunting trophy to scale our HP off padding. We go ahead and are able to get more and more materials as we go through the endless wave. In doing so, we scale our damage off of alien eyes and potato throwers. A little complicated, but I'll show you exactly how it works here. The one sort of, this build is not going to come together every time, right? Like one of my hallmarks of my D5 guides is I try to do builds that are repeatable and consistent. This is consistent. It just requires a lot more to come together. One of the key items that you absolutely need, this will not work without, is you need a hunting trophy and you need a snowball. I mean, you really need to get going early. You can't wait until the endless waves to really get as strong as we might if we're just going for like wave 40 or so. So if you do not get a hunting trophy by like wave 11 or 12, I would go ahead and just restart. It'll just be easier to restart and do a wave where you do get the hunting trophy a little bit earlier. Don't want to drop our range. I will take a little max HP because we're a little bit frail. With the negative harvesting bonus sort of present on Loud, I don't think we want the tracker there. We're going to take another gentle alien. Again, playing extremely greedy. I don't want any of these. And again, we will be taking every single alien as we see. Again, they don't do a whole lot for us now, but that's going to be a key part of the build as we sort of progress. That said, they're alien eyes can't crit, so that's a nice thing. Even though they can't crit now, once we do get a hunting trophy, we'll go ahead and really see these things just take over the run. But we're not there yet. Like I said, to start off, we're really focused on Thief Loud, so we'll be kind of focusing more on the Thief Loud mechanics as we sort of get going. But again, we've got a ton of extra enemies on the map with that mouse, with a couple gentle aliens. And again, we're not taking advantage of it as much yet, but by the time we get to wave 9, we're really going to be stomping enemies. So we're really doing a good job here, getting our crit nice super early. Really happy with that as we sort of go ahead and move through. But again, we're really going to see like what do the seams of this game look like. I've gotten really deep in endless mode, and it's just kind of hilarious to watch this sort of game fall apart a little bit as we go ahead and break it here. I don't think you kind of ran out. Okay, perfect. Got the crate. Happy to see that. We'll try to get some more enemy kills here, playing a little aggressively. But again, getting 617 materials on wave 8. Silver bullet. Happy to see that. We'll go ahead and take a little more damage there. And again, really want to get that crit as high as possible to work with these knives. Coupons are quite good, and we'll keep on spawning more enemies on the map. We'll keep upgrading our thief daggers. Again, mastery is one of my favorite items, but we're going to go ahead and pass on it, and we will be taking every padding we see, and same with every bandana. That's another really important item. I wouldn't say it's actually really important. It's an item that you do want. But again, we're already a bunch of epic thief daggers here, so we're really going to tear this wave apart. Again, padding is important enough to this build where you want to pick up every single one you see during your run, even if it doesn't really help you right now. And that bandana is really strong because that piercing effect does in fact apply to alien eyes. So our alien eyes will be piercing now. And again, we're really going to be doing a ton of damage with our alien eyes as we sort of move through the run. That said, even though we're off to a good start, a really strong start, I'd say, if we don't get a hunting trophy in the next couple waves, I'll go ahead and restart this. But again, that's really the key to making this work. Is you need to go loud thief knives. You need an early hunting trophy. But again, we're trying to really break the game open here. While the thief knives do a lot of give you a lot of materials, hunting trophy is just so much more efficient. And they do stack, so you get items from both. You get materials from both. So we definitely want to get it up. And sometimes I've gotten a hunting trophy in this build as early as wave like wave 6, which is just a lot of fun when that comes to game. But you can see when it comes to you can see just with the thief knives, all the legendary thief knives, we're absolutely like raking in the cash here. 1234. With our range, happy with the blindfold. Again, getting that crit chance up. We'll take a little max HP as well as a little luck. We'll go ahead and get an epic thief dagger there. Legendary. Sorry, we'll go ahead and take a ritual. Really happy with these thief daggers, and there it is, baby. We're off to the races. Got our hunting trophy, wave 10, with a really good slew of daggers. Go ahead and get a claw tree. Go ahead and get a ritual. But again, we're really gonna bust this thing open here today. With -1 armor, I do not want to get a jetpack, although it is somewhat tempting. And again, we really want to keep cranking that crit, keep upgrading these daggers. I really want them to be as effective as possible. We'll go ahead and take a piggy bank because we want to sort of pick up some of the unique items so they do not keep appearing later. And we also want to take every single Tardigade, and we do want a little more melee damage. So we're gonna be a little slow, so we're gonna be a little vulnerable here. But again, we're building for the end game, not necessarily the now game. We're going to be dealing good enough damage, but I do like to get our melee damage maybe just a little higher. I think 4 is a little low. However, since we are going to be transitioning weapons later in the game, we want to avoid things like masteries. I mean, if you take like 1, that's not the end of the world, but we are really going to be transitioning into a range build once we get to that endless mode portion. So you want to avoid the trap of like taking like 4 masteries and then you start moving to potato throwers, and it's like, what's going on? Like, why am I doing no damage? But just something to keep in mind is that while we do want to get our melee damage up for this part of the game, we do not necessarily want to do so at the expense of range damage, because we will need that actually for the hard part of the game. But you can see with our hunting trophy there, where we're absolutely starting to rake in all the money here as I play very greedily to try to maximize as many enemies as we possibly can kill. And I would not mind getting my range just a little bit higher at this point. But again, when there's just a couple seconds left, I really don't mind diving in just to get as many kills as possible, even at the expense of damage. Take a fireball, we're going to get rid of the candle. And again, we'll love a little bit of armor here, but we'll go ahead and take max HP and happy still armor, even at the expense of crit, just because I want to die. We want to take every single Tardigade that we see. That's a very important item for this build. And we'll talk a little bit more about why as we get a little bit further into the game. Don't want to lose luck, even though I do like the alien magic. Really like a wings. Again, I think a little more range, a little more speed are all things we really like to see. These paddings, even though they're really important item, really do slow us down. And at this point, the reroll penalty is becoming steep enough where we'll go ahead and use our free reroll. We'll look at this and then we'll stop. A little more life still, I think, is good. And we'll go ahead and hang on this adrenaline for next time. But again, we are going to elite here, so we may not kill this elite that efficiently, although we actually look like we're doing pretty good damage as we already bust through our Tardigade. But again, this won't be super easy as I kind of run straight into the elite, but we're going to scale like extremely hard from here. We're in a good spot. Already at 76% crit chance, got some really good daggers. And again, we're going to momentarily start thinking a little bit more about that endless wave part of the game, which will be a lot of fun, just showing how that can be broken apart. And I probably won't show every wave, but just showing you again how we can really just bust this thing open. And again, we only got 1 hunting trophy, right? Like, we got our 1 hunting trophy, but we want way more as we take advantage of all these extra enemies on the map, our thief daggers. And again, scaling to that point where like we don't even need the regular daggers, right? Because we're doing so much damage from our thief daggers with all the items we're getting. As you can see, this money just piling up as Loud Thief really really takes its toll here. But again, I'm feeling pretty good about where this is headed, and I think we're going to turn this into a busted run. Obviously hoping for some of the kind of amazing items that we can get. Explosive cells, not it. We're not doing explosive damage, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to take a little more luck, a little more armor, just to be a little safer. Going into wave 14, I'm happy with the Peacock. We'll go ahead and take that just because it's generally good stats. I do like Wheat because it helps us in the future and now with melee and range. With 33 range, I don't want to really get our range too much lower. So I'm happy with that where it is, although I will take a little bit more speed. We will take a recycling machine because we will be seeing many items to recycle. I do like a metal, even though it reduces our crit, just gives us some other things. And again, a little more luck at the stage of the game is good. Take these 3 items, and I do not want to double up on a peacock. That is a little bit greedy. But you know, the nice thing about a lot of the items in this game is like things like the magical leaf, Grind's magical leaf, like they keep on scaling through endless mode. So those are something that you really want to see. So do things like anvil. So I'm really hoping we pull a couple of those early. That said, we're off to a good start. You know, our hunting trophies already giving us 442 materials, and that will be in like the tens and tens of thousands by the time we're done. But again, just playing this loud build with thief daggers, again, giving us money off our hunting trophy, money off our critical kills. I guess we're already at 84% crit chance, which is definitely, I think, good for this point in the game. And again, you can see we have all those paddings. That's really sort of really helping our survivability as our max HP goes up and up and up and up and up. One thing to be mindful of when you play this character, one of my favorite items, Rip and Tear, is not actually that good on this build, simply because you really want to kill as many of the enemies as you can with the crit, and Rip and Tear cannot crit, so you do want to keep that in mind. Like I said earlier, thankfully the alien can in fact crit, which makes us happy, and helps us sleep at night, as we keep getting our upgrades. Don't want the wisdom. I'll take it for baby elephant. There it is. Oh man, I'm coughing. There it is, hunting trophy number 2. That really is going to help us bust this thing open, and we're gonna go ahead and keep getting that crit chance up. We want to get that as high as possible, as fast as possible, and I do want luck, and we'll take crit. You've seen all the extra levels we got from the I'm sniffly right now. I guess something got caught in my throat. As we see all the XP we got from the peacock. Go ahead and take a glass cannon. Again, we got enough HP where I'm not super worried about the armor. We'll keep upgrading our daggers, take a ritual, take a broken mouth, really get that up as fast as possible. Lemonade, really like a focus. Again, no matter what we're doing, we're going to be going all one weapon. So happy to see that. Keep upgrading our thief daggers. You can see we just have so much money, and we're going to be getting even more. I don't really want to drop my range just yet. Go ahead and grab a thief dagger. And items like this are what we really are looking for. I mean, Vigilante ring will keep scaling through endless mode. So really happy to see that. We are now at over 100% crit, so every single one of our attacks will be critting. You can get over 100% crit on your character sheet, although doing more than 100 crit doesn't do anything. That said, with 200 trophies, we're absolutely going to be raking in the money for the back half of this wave. And again, really happy to see the Vigilante ring. Also looking for Grind's Magic Leaf and Anvil. And as a reminder, you can get multiple leaves and multiple Vigilante rings. Well, you cannot get multiple anvils, unfortunately. That'd be pretty good if you could. But again, you know, we're going to be doing like a transition build here, right? Like, I know we've all played endless mode. Man, that gets hard, right? Like, you're like, I got this busted build. I'm playing Taser Mage. I'm playing Saber. You know, I've got like a crown going. But unfortunately, when it gets to that part of the game, you know, our crowns don't do a whole lot, right? Because our harvesting goes down 10%. We'll talk about, there's one other way. Again, you sort of, this is the way to really control endless mode. And I like getting there with loud. That said, there is one other way we can get to the same place, which we'll talk through at the appropriate time here. But again, we'll just see the hunting trophy from the other. Do love a little bit of free lifesteal. We'll go and take some melee damage here. Again, being over 100% crit, we'll go and take a medal. Happy to see that. We'll keep upgrading these thief daggers for maximum damage. And again, we're going to be taking every alien eyes we see. I'll go ahead and take a silver bullet as well. No upgrades available to us at this time. Looking for, again, some really good items. Some people really like the stat tomato. I'll probably go ahead and take that just to get out of the way. Again, you know, because we're going to be playing the long game, things are unique, even if they're not like super good right now. There it is, baby. Hunting trophy number 3. We're off to the races. But we're going to take a mouse. And going to elite, we'll save this. We're going to take a bowler hat, which I feel pretty good about. As I was saying, you know, one thing to keep in mind here is that, you know, we're going to be seeing a lot of items going in endless mode. We're going to be rolling a lot more. Look at that. Awesome boss skill. We're just going to be rolling a lot more than we would normally. What that means is, like, when you see a unique item like Sad Tomato, because we're going to be seeing so many items over the course of this game and this run, it can often be good to buy that now, just so you don't see it again. You don't waste reroll slots. You have more efficient rerolls. As in, rather than skipping, skipping Sad Tomato like 20 times in a row, like, it's better sometimes just to buy it, even though it's not that good of an item. So that's the reason why I took it there, even though I don't really love it. But you can see all our hunting trophies. Just we're raking the money, man. We're getting rich. Thousands of materials. I love to see it. We're going to keep going, obviously. You know, this is the first phase of the game, and we have a while to go as we sort of show how we can completely bust open and break endless mode. But really happy to see those 3 hunting trophies this early. I mean, 3 hunting trophies at wave 14 at normal wave. That's pretty busted. So we're going to really push this to its limit here. I would like a little bit more speed just so we can kill more enemies. Love an extra stomach. One of the best times we can get on this character. By the time we get to later waves, that's just 10 extra HP a wave. So really happy to see that. We're going to take a little dodge. We're going to take a peacock. We're going to take a poisonous tonic. And I do want, I think our range is okay. Claw tree, happy to see that. Ritual, very happy to see that. Improved tools, I do think is quite good. There's kind of some wonky things you can do with that, but we'll go ahead and pick that up and deal with that maybe a little later. Go ahead and take another gentle alien, upgrade our dagger there. Go ahead and take both these. I'm giving us a little dodge, a little range, a little armor. And again, I'm really rerolling super aggressively because there's some like really good items I'm looking for. But off to a really strong start here. As you can see, our thief daggers are critting for hundreds here, which is quite strong. So feeling pretty good about that. But again, picked up some really good items there. We're gonna get a lot of mileage out of that extra stomach. Again, we really, as we move to the second phase, really do care about our max HP. So things like extra stomach are really good, just because that keeps going through endless mode. It has been capped, but in endless mode, once we reach that point, you know, we get so many materials. So many fruits are gonna be left on the map. You know, if you really break this thing open, you get like 40, 50 chests towards some of the later waves. So that is quite strong. But we really are putting this together here. I mean, I'm excited to kind of show this off. And again, you know, I've gotten this personally to wave 100. Although I stopped because I was bored and I wanted to do other things, not because the build was weak. So like with this, you really can get as strong. I mean, again, I've seen people use similar builds to like really crack this build open. I do think this is sort of the way to just demolish endless mode is sort of using these 4 items that we're going to be showcasing here. Even for free, don't want a pencil, don't really care about a wheelbarrow. Let's take a little armor. I do think that's quite good. you know, with all our max HP and whatnot, I think we just go for the damage at this point. And again, percent damage does scale pretty well. And again, we're going to be moving into range in the later parts of the game, so I really like things like Alloy, which help us do both. But won't take another Claw Tree, or won't hate another Claw Tree. And again, we're taking every single padding we have. We're actually really off to a good start with 4 paddings already. And we're going to take both these, just some of the items I got. And there we go, baby. Hunting Trophy number 4. We like to see that. We're just going to keep picking up every single Hunting Trophy number 5. There we go. I love to see it. And that's really good. We got another padding, baby. We're putting this together. Wow, this is going to be a busted... Oh my god, Hunting Trophy number 6. Yeah, let's go. Just so you know, Tardigade is one of the most important items in this character. Pardon me, I got some stuck in my teeth. I'm not even eating anything. I haven't. So we really want to take every single Tardigade we see, and I'm not opposed to taking those, whatchamacallit, some of those lenses early because we will need them later. But man, we are really just going to demolish. So I believe, and again, I haven't tested this super extensively, but I believe the way hunting trophies work, because you're like, hey, 33% chance to get, materials when you crit. You know, it's not like 3 is 100. The way it works, I believe, is when you kill an enemy, it rolls to see if you get that trigger. So good to know. I do wonder if you can get 2 triggers per enemy. I am not actually sure on that, but I've also never gotten like 6 hunting trophies. I mean, are we really at 6 hunting trophies? Oh my gosh. Well, we're about to this thing is about to go absolutely nuts. Again, we are really putting this. Oh man, we're really gonna put this together. So I'm excited to really showcase how Alien Smoke can get really, really bonkers. Only things we really could use. I think we can really use at this point is obviously more Alien Eyes, but we really could use more Tardigades. But most importantly, we could be using some Grinds, Magic Leaf, or some Anvils. I mean, Anvil really, really helps when we transition into potato throwers. So I would be really, really happy to see some of those really, really important epics. Maybe something like community support, which again I think does work well on this build. Do one on Senator, do not want a pencil. We'll go and get attack speed up. I'm happy to see that. With 46 range, I'm somewhat tempted by a blindfold, but I will pass for the moment. I'll pick up range, why not? Again, love to see that. Another Vigilante ring. Really, really good. We really want things that help us scale as we go through the game. I really do like Dangerous Bunny on this character. And again, Regeneration Potion. Is that like the best item right now? No, but we're happy to see unique items just so we don't see them again. Love a Bandana. I love a Riposte. Bandana is so good with those Alien Eyes. That's a big item we're looking for. Really like a Lucky Coin. 250% more lucky. I'll take that. And we'll go ahead and take a Baby in the Beard. Obviously, we don't normally love the loss of range there, but again, talking about how that mechanic works, where we really do want to get the unique items off the board, so we do not have to see them in the future. So I will be looking sort of aggressively for ways to get more range as we go through this, although I'm not seeing one just yet, and we're at so much crit chance I'm happy with Octopus. So our range is much lower than like, but again, we are going to be moving to range at some point, and Baby in a Beard is it is not a unique item, I believe, actually. But I still am happy just to pick that up, because I think we will be happy to see that once we start moving in range, even though it does sort of do limited damage in Endless Mode. But you can see just absolutely demolishing this run. We're going to absolutely crush this bosses, although I do want to get my range up a little bit, just so like I can take out more enemies, because their speed's like a little slow. That's what happens when you got a lot of padding. But again, nice thing is those Baby in a Beard procs can go ahead and crit, so we don't have to worry about not getting the hunting trophy triggering. But man, we are real. Look at that, just a little ball of fury here, just charging in and blowing everything up. But feeling really good about this, about where this wave is ended. But again, or where this thing is headed. But I really am looking out for a Magical Leaf, as well as an Anvil. But I really am happy with that double Vigilante ring. I mean, that just helps a lot, because we're going through so many waves. They get that percent damage up. Let me realize we get like 2,000, or frickin' time. Barricade. Not worth it, but I do like some of the other items. We'll go ahead and take a Meg Kit. We'll take a little more armor. We got so much crit chance. Happy with an Octopus. Happy with a Shmoop. But at this point, I am sort of aggressively looking for some other items, like padding. Spice Sauce, why not? Eye Surgery looks so much like Alien Eyes. I'm always like, oh, we got another one. But not. Ricochet is not an item that you want with Alien Eyes, just based on how they interact. We'll talk a little bit more about that next time it comes up, but we'll skip that for now. Really like a Shady Potion here. Why not? Go ahead and upgrade our Thief Daggers, all epic. And I am trying to get a little more range, so happy to see that. But we're absolutely going to dumpster. Look at that. I mean, this is Thief Daggers, right? Thief Daggers. They're not even a good boss killing item, but you can just see, wow, just absolutely smacking. And you know what? If you just want to do like a loud run, this is a good way to just win with loud, right? Is going daggers. But feeling pretty good about where things are headed as we head into Endless Mode. And I may edit some of these parts of this right now. We'll kind of see how the thing comes together. But like I said, we just want to make Endless Mode. We want to be Endless Mode's daddy, right? Like Endless Mode's super tough. You get a lot of different penalties. You fight a lot of bosses. The inflation penalty is super steep, so you end up having to stop buying items, which is sort of the key of using those 4 items: Hunting Trophy, Padding, Potato Throwers, and Alien Eyes. Is it lets you keep scaling, even though the game is trying so hard to say, hey, you can't scale, right? No more scaling. We're like, nah, we're gonna find ways to scale as my smoke alarm goes off. So go ahead and ignore that to the best of your ability. But feeling really strong about where this is headed. So putting that together there. Big arms, love it. We want melee, we want range. Like a plant, love a Tardigade, love every bandana. And we do actually want a statue, even though that not is an item that you may not necessarily ordinarily want. And the reason being, as we get through the game, we essentially are just gonna be standing still and dealing damage. Love another bandana. Really happy to love another Vigilante ring. Give me every single Vigilante ring we see. Give me every single bunny. I like more trees. Bloody Hand, we do not want because you end up taking so much damage in the later parts of the game that I think Tardigades are really valuable. And Bloody Hand will just like wreck your Tardigade. It's gonna just completely stop it. So we don't have any speed, so we'll go ahead and pass up on the power generator. Other things are a good item. We'll go ahead and move into wave 19, feeling pretty strong. And again, just talking a little bit more about that. Tardigade is not a great item in like normal Brotato, but doing this is really strong. As we get in Endless Mode, even with like insane amounts of health, you end up taking so much damage from the hits as we it's like past wave 50 that it's often pretty important to have like 20 Tardigades just so you can end up like never hitting, as in like you just want your Tardigades to deal to absorb all the damage. I'm just laughing. I mean, look at this. We're just absolutely stomping everything, getting like a million materials, and we're absolutely gonna annihilate the bosses. But again, our speed's super slow, but that's because we're picking up all those paddings. But that is very much worth it. So we're I think bang on with this build. Obviously we don't have the leaf, we don't have the anvil, which I'd love to see. In addition, we could use a few more alien eyes. Like I want to get like literally every single one of them that exists in the game. So we feel a little behind on that, but we're really ahead of hunting trophies. So we've got some parts of the build going, and I really like the couple vigilance rings. Happy for wings. We'll take a dynamite. We'll take a broken mouth. We'll take a bean teacher, and we'll go ahead and take some more luck, as well as some range damage, just because I think we will need that. We'll take a little more luck. But yes, 3,000 materials, man, going this wave. Love to see that. 2 armor, sure, why not? Again, we'll reroll aggressively here. Crown stops working. It also works reverse on loud, so you typically don't want that. I meant to take the tooth there. We'll go and grab a little more range. Go and grab a headshot because it helps melee and range. But at this point, we're fine with the amount of melee damage that we have. But again, really looking for some of these bottoms. Get another padding. Love to see that. A little more speed to offset it. Never buy handcuffs. It will immediately wreck this build. Do not do it. Weak gives us range and melee. Love to see that. We don't really need a gnome. Sure, we'll take another mouse. Why not? Love to see that's our first community support. One of my favorite items I do think good in this character. We'll go ahead and take a statue, which again is something I think that really helps us build. So you can see absolutely dumpstering this boss here. I mean, if he didn't run away, we would have gotten like a 4-second boss kill using thief daggers. Again, really just showing how nutso this is. But we're about to move into endless mode, and this is where it gets really interesting. So excited to kind of do that. A little bit about me. My name is Sean. I run a channel here called Sean's Here. Goal is we're gonna take a look at Brotato, having fun, cracking some jokes around the way, but really just keeping it light, keeping it fun, and talking about all the mechanics that you need to help yourself do better. I've been doing this for about a month and really impressed and gratified with all the lovely receptions lovely reception that I've gotten. That said, if you enjoy this video and would be willing to toss me a subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. If you can complete the trifecta and not only like but subscribe and leave a positive comment, I will personally reach out to Blobfish and bless your next endless run so you can head into the deep dark pits of endless mode yourself and report back on all the interesting things you find there. I've been there. It's kind of creepy, but it's still fun. And again, we're really off to the races here as we go ahead and move. Again, there's our first magic leaf. That's what we want to see. Don't need the metal detector. I saw you one of those 2 leaves, right? Oh my gosh, 2 back to back. Love to see that. Oh wow, that's actually hilarious. We're gonna take some more max XP because why not? Your XP does get penalized, and there's the other one we want. We really want Anvil. I think that's quite strong on this character. So really looking for some epics that will help us. I don't really think we need that at this point. Sure, we'll take a mushroom. Really like a focus, and really love another vigilance ring. That's really going to help us scale. Exoskeleton is quite strong, and we'll be talking through some of the second exoskeleton. Why not? We'll be talking through some of the mechanics of endless mode as we move through that, and really happy to see. Oh shit! Whoops! I didn't even see the alien eyes as I was talking and going, so that was a big miss on my part. Don't do that. That's so funny. That's what happens when you play in commentary, right? Like I was so happy with the vigilante ring that I missed the alien eyes. That said, the vigilante ring will be quite good, and we'll be seeing more and more alien eyes. As we start moving to endless mode, we really have until like wave. Like 30-ish, like low 30s before buying items becomes so prohibitively expensive that we just like stop buying items. We're no longer able to scale there. At that point, we're only going to be getting items off the ground. As a reminder, inflation scales super fast and very severely once we get to endless mode. In addition, your harvesting does go down by 10% per run, which is actually kind of funny how that works on loud. But if you're playing something like Farmer, right, and you've got like 4,000 harvesting laughing. It doesn't really do a whole lot. In addition, certain items stop working, like Piggy Bank. Piggy Bank stops working at wave 20, so no, you can't go ahead and just scale endlessly with Saber. And you also get a lot fewer materials on the ground. That's a huge penalty, which is why the hunting trophy strategy is so good. Don't need the Peaceful Bee. We don't need the sunglasses. Sure, I'll take the Meg hit. We have 432 luck. Take a little armor. Really happy with another Vigilante ring. We'll go ahead and look through some of these items. I don't think Barricade is worth it, nor do we need a Baby Gecko. We'll take the Ugly Tooth just because it's unique and I don't want to see it anymore on the rerolls. We'll take another Silver Bullet because we end up fighting so many bosses in endless mode. I should take a Hedgehog there, but I'm rolling too quickly. And again, we do want to reroll aggressively on these waves. We're not quite ready for the couch yet, although I do think it has its uses in endless mode. Happy with another tree. And again, inflation penalty is so stiff that I do not mind like rolling hyper aggressively here on these first couple waves. But you can see just absolutely blowing things up. So I start to like I like to start thinking about the transition of when we move two potato throwers like around about wave 25. So right now we're just focused on getting all the value we can out of our thief daggers. And again, we're destroying things so quickly here. Oh man, that we do not even really need to worry about anything. We're just crushing stuff. Sorry, we're just. I'm trying to just get close to them so I can actually hit them. As we are just blowing apart wave 22 here, but feeling pretty good about where things are going. But again, soon we will be transitioning into potato throwers using all that padding and all this XP we get off of the padding and using all the materials we get off of the hunting trophies. There we go. I'm stumbling over myself today. That's what happens. Normally I've done wave 20, right? Like I get wave 20. Take a drink of water, feel good, so it's definitely, this will test my endurance. Can I talk for 10 waves? Gambling token, don't need it. Sure, we'll take a Schmoop, don't want a little muscle dude. We'll take a magazine and we'll take an alloy. We'll take a fin. Do not want a gnome. And again, waves 20 to 25, you feel like, oh man, this is easy. I'm just crushing it. But it does rapidly become harder from here. So, like the first 5 waves, you get to feel like $1 million. Everything's going well. Everything's going millhouse, as they say. But trust me, it does get significantly harder from here, as most people who have played endless mode can attest to. But again, really looking for a couple of those key items here. Ghost Sucker this one, yeah, don't think we need that. Again, really thinking about moving in range at some point. Do like a Cyber Ball, so happy to see that. Don't want to really drop our attack speed much more. Really like a Big Arms. Again, we have so many stats that, like, who cares? Again, really like Bunny because reroll start to become so punitively, so it being such a, so it penalizes you so much for rerolling as we move through the game that I really do think the bunnies are really, really good for endless mode. But the nice thing is, like, we got how many vigilante rings? Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Where are they? We'll find out after this. But we got like 5 or 6 at this point, so our damage is skyrocketing. We're getting 6 HP, a ton of life steal per turn. We're already at 51 life steal as that goes up 2 per turn, and we're just gonna keep that going. But again, this is like to say with endless mode, like waves 20 to like 24 are like the trick zone. You're like, oh man, this is going so well. I'm going forever. But yeah, it really does ramp up relatively quickly from here as we sort of think about transitioning our build. But you can see our alien eyes already hitting for like 1,000, and that's without us really scaling with the padding shot, because we're still spending all our money. Like, you think this is a lot of HP, wait till we actually start hoarding our money, that becomes like absolutely insane. So feel really, really good about where things are headed as we sort of make our way into the bowels of endless mode here. Let's see. Cigarette Sausages, why not? Metal Detector, don't need it. Don't need eye surgery. Take a blind for free. Really have another community support. We'll kind of look around here, take a little luck. Although, again, luck stops mattering. You can see we actually are getting less and less materials per wave, so that is something to keep in mind. We'll take another bandana, but again, at this point I am sort of looking for potato throwers. We'll go ahead and take Honey Trophy. Again, don't take a Ricochet because it does not interact the way you want it to. And Alien Eyes, I'll talk a little bit more about what I mean. Tentacle is one of the best items we can look for on this build, because it does help you heal quite a bit. So the reason I don't like Alien Eyes in this build, or sorry, I don't like Ricochet in this build, is they work well with potato throwers. However, they end up making the alien eyes all funky. Like, you essentially want the alien eyes to spread out in like a giant pattern and really take out like a million enemies as they pierce through all of them. The problem is with Ricochet, the alien eyes end up hitting an enemy and like bouncing in like a really weird direction, and like that is just, it ends up like really messing up the damage. So don't sweat about that. That's not what we want to do. Do not take that, because I think the alien eyes end up becoming such an important part of your damage as we sort of progress through endless wave. That is something we do want to avoid when we're doing this. So don't take Ricochet, even though it is like one of the absolute best items in the game. So, like I said, Magic Wave is wave 25. We got all those bunnies. Let's start looking for some tater throwers. But if we don't get them all instantly, that's all right. Just more time to get some good value out of our knives. Power Generator at this point is free, so we'll take it. Ritual, sure. Mushroom, sure. Coffee, sure. Range damage, sure. Looking around again for a couple key items here. And that turned down another Vigilante ring as we look for some of these key items here that we've been talking about. Do like an alloy, do like a tentacle. Another padding, let's take it. Sif's Relic, not necessary, but again, getting another unique off the board I think is good. Do like another community support, and we do not need any of those items. And again, is that an item I really need right now? It is not, but I really want to get the, like when the item gives me a chance to like roll for like a legendary, I want it to be like a legendary potato thrower, and I want it to roll me the Sif's Relic. So let's get that, let's pull it off the board so we don't have to worry about it again. Yeah, there is something to be said, and we talked about a little bit. We did a little bit of it, but maybe it's not as we should. Is if you are going in endless mode and that's like your plan for the run, so you go far in endless mode, there is something to be said about buying like every unique you can as early as you can, just so you can re-roll it and see better items throughout the run. So that is something to keep in mind as we kind of going through this. If we don't see potato throw in the next wave or two, I will consider simply picking up any weapon that has a support tag, be it a hand or whatnot, so we can increase our chances using the tag system. I was laughing like a really like little Tasmanian devil, and just blow. I mean, with our baby and beer just. Still strong enough. I mean, the baby and beer will not scale as hard as we need it to. You can see at this point, we're just absolutely pulling this stuff together. Sure, free cute monkey. Another Vigilante ring. Love to see that. Don't need the book. Free spicy sauce. Why not? Free bait. Why not? Take a little speed. Why not? Ritual. Love to see it. Don't need the gnome. Don't need the fist. At this point, I'm looking for other stuff other than rituals, even though I do think they're even good at this point. We'll take a tentacle. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and actually grab one of these, and we'll go ahead and grab a hoodie as well. Again, I'm happy to grab a support weapon to sort of help that support tag to help me find the potato thrower, as that is where we want to move. But if you don't see it on this wave specifically, don't. It's not the end of the world. We do have plenty of time to find it there. And there we go. Got our first potato thrower, so we'll dunk that and grab it there. Actually, I probably should have dunked the hand, but again, playing and talking, it's crazy. You should try sometime. So now we get our first potato thrower. The nice thing is it doesn't matter that it's blue. We're gonna go ahead and scale it, or our anvil will go ahead and get that to the right rarity by the time it matters. So we will be moving into potato throwers, but our knife, I love it. It's like our potato thrower is doing so much damage I can't even get close enough to use my thief daggers. But again, feeling pretty good about where things are headed. But again, we're going to try to go ahead and max out those potato throwers as we sort of just, again, we're still way stronger than we need to be in endless mode, but we'll become more challenging, and then we'll go ahead and scale past it as we go ahead and get through this part of the game. And again, really picking up a ton of crates, as we will continue to pick up as we go. It's just laughing at all the Bolt in the Beard procs going. But yeah, that hoodie, nice 146 damage. And nice thing about the hoodie, as well as the lucky coin, is it gives us like a minor reason to keep scaling luck as well as dodge, even though we're at the cap. Sure, we're limited at 5 there, so we do want to kind of get that up as high as possible. We'll go ahead and just take all those and take a little luck here. And you can see our potato thrower upgraded with our anvil. So don't want an octopus. I do think it's good. I want to focus on this. We'll go ahead and this time correctly take off the hand instead of the thief dagger. Sorry. Should have taken the heavy bullets, but again, I'm playing relatively quickly here. I do want to make this not take forever. Really love the Tardigade. Really happy to that. We're going to grab a lens, even though it does somewhat minimal things at this point. I'll grab a hedgehog. do one more reroll, and love it. Another potato thrower. So we're squarely moving into the potato thrower side of things. So we're going to see these potato throwers start to absolutely slap here as they just erase the map. That said, we're feeling really, really good. The one thing we need is more alien eyes, and we will be in a good spot to farm endless mode. So we do not have that just yet. Like I said, once you start getting past wave 30, it does become really, really hard, even with these crazy builds, to afford more items. So that does feel like the one thing. We're a little bit behind, but everything else is coming together here nicely. As you can see, our potato thrower is just absolutely deleting everything. And again, once we get like maybe 5-6 more waves, definitely by wave like 35, 40, we're just going to really focus on scaling off of our HP rather than through items. Because like you can see, we're getting a lot less items. Items are becoming so more expensive that like we're no longer buying like 70 items a wave, right? Like we're buying just a couple. Again, the inflation penalty really, really ramps up here. But you know, you can see potato thrower is just stomping, just doing work, as well as all his paddings. So feeling pretty good about where this run is headed as everything's road trees. Look at another Tardigade, love to see it. I don't need the claw tree, don't need the candle, I don't want the torture. Sure, we'll take the bean teacher, sure, we'll take the cute monkey, sure, we'll take the armor. That's what we need, baby. Another alien eyes, take that. Another tentacle, take that. Really looking for alien eyes. And there we go, another potato thrower. And again, our anvil will take care of upgrading the rest of this, which is why I really do think anvil, well, maybe not mandatory, is super important here, because now we're good to go. Take the speed, take the dodge. You know, we're at so much crit, happy to take that. I do think upgrading your food at this point in the game is not a terrible idea. And really happy with the big arms, just 5 rain damage, that's quite good. But you can see this is absolutely going to just start slapping it, right? So, yeah, how's that, right? Like, hey elites, hey bosses. I mean, that just shows how nuts we're starting to get. But man, like, that doesn't make you smile. What does? And you guys will get to hear me work on my stand-up comedy routine. And again, I'll probably skip through some of these parts, just because they're not quite as germane to the conversation. But you know, you can just sort of see it coming together. It's like guys can't get close to us. And for that reason, you know, I do think range is unironically good at this point in the game, just so you can kind of chill, count your blessings, think of all the work you didn't do today, all that good stuff. It is a shame that they sort of brought Streamer down to earth a little bit. Obviously, Streamer had a couple patches there where they essentially had unlimited scaling. There was no cap on 25 materials per second. I really would have loved to see the zaniness with Streamer on endless mode. Fun fact, before they patched it, I did not record this before the content. I actually got Streamer to 13 billion materials, which is a lot of fun. And I actually have a screenshot of it, but unfortunately that was before I was wise enough to start making Brotato videos. I do really wish I would record that. Another Vigilante ring. Again, really like to see that. Don't really care about a panda at this point. You know, I think another baby in the beer would be funny, but I do think we could use a little bit more range. We'll take another bowler hat. Why not upgrade? Like, will get us to more armor even better. Oh, shoot. Again, clicking through too quickly. I could really use that range. There's something about this actually being good at some point. We're just not there yet. So here we go, wave 29. Look at that, potato throwers. But again, really happy with the Vigilante rings. Just really showing it. So fun fact, there's another way you can get to this point. So this I do think is the best sort of combination items to demolish endless mode, but you don't actually have to go loud deep daggers to get there. The other way you can get there is by going with farmer. Again, hoping for an early crown. Key way of making the farmer build work is that improved tools item, which increases your attack speed by 10%, but also increases the attack speed of all your structures. It actually does work with your gardens. So the other way you can kind of get to this nutso spot is by playing farmer. Getting a good improved tools, getting your attack speed super low, and having your fruits or your gardens just like, you know, machine gun out fruits. And if you're able to do that, you know, you can actually usually get more harvesting than the penalty, the 10% penalty scaling, and, you know, keep getting materials through harvesting. So that is an effective strategy, even though you sort of end up in the same place, I think, with the HP scaling and the alien eye stuff. Sure, we'll take an injection. Do not want to lose range. Sure, we'll take a plant. Sure, we'll take a mutation. Sure, we'll take a lemonade. And we'll take some range. And, you know, we're still able to buy some things just because we're so strong at this point, but that will not be lasting much longer. You know, soon things will be prohibitively expensive for us to buy, but we're taking another hunting trophy. At this point, I will just worry about, and we're going to take that, be a little armor, a little quicker. But you can see, hey bosses, I thought you were supposed to be tough at this point. So you can see us just absolutely dumpstering those super hard wave 30 bosses. You know, and like normally that like ends a lot of people's runs. Don't need that. There we go, baby. Another alien eyes. That's what we like to see. And again, we're going to be getting to the point where we get a lot of these things off of crates. So we'll go ahead and take all our free rerolls. Do love community support. I don't think it's worth it. I will go ahead and buy a magical leaf. I do think that is quite good. Looking around here for some of these items. Alien eyes. Our next lead is on wave 35, so we'll buy these alien eyes and see you guys on wave 38. Here we go on wave 36, happy with another alien eyes, which will be one of those few items that we're going to go ahead and buy. Barring any other crazy items, I will see you guys back on wave 38. All right, so here we are on wave 38 going into another elite. We're able to pick up 1 or 2 alien eyes, which makes it feel a lot better. Again, doing our free rerolls here, but being pretty careful to take our time to really save up our money, because that's going to be so important to our scaling. But you can see this wave 38 elite. I mean, you still need to dodge, you know, unfortunately, the elites. But again, just really doing a good job of taking them out there. On wave 40, do see another alien eyes, so I will go ahead and spend some serious cheddar on that, just because I do think that is such an important item. And you can see now as we start this waves, our alien eyes. Look at all these bosses. Alien waves. Alien eyes, just insta-giving them. So you can see wave 40, those alien eyes created for 16,000. So here we are on wave 42, looking to go into a couple difficult bosses. Almost want the giant belt, but I just do not think it is worth it at this point. I mean, it's so much money, which is so much for survivability and so much for health. So again, looking for just a couple items here, but we'll go see if we're able to take out these wave. Look at them. There you go. Look at that. I mean, that is a hard wave, right? And man, our alien eyes are critting for 2346. Not too shabby, right? So really just showing how good we are doing here. So here we are at wave 45. Looking around for a couple of those super valuable items here as we head into a wave 45 boss. We can see how expensive the items are. I don't even think another hunting trophy will be worth it at this point. So let's go ahead and see if we can handle these wave 45 bosses. Now they do a lot of damage to you, so you still want to sort of dodge their attacks, and that's why I think the Tardigade is such an important item, because you will essentially be able to get one shot, but you can see we're able to kill them so quickly. Their Tardigades didn't even have a chance to fire. That said, that is why I do think you really should prioritize all of those. So here we are on wave 48, going into some more of the bosses. This is one of the few items I will buy despite how expensive it is, as that does help us scale quite a bit. So I'm very happy to see another padding, and we'll see how these wave 48 bosses do. I mean, they're coming at us quick, but you can see just able to absolutely maul them. So here we are, wave 50 in Endless Mode Brotato, with an absolutely insane build, feeling really, really strong here today. So this is where things like really get hard. So we'll go ahead and see how we put a build together. They can go ahead and beat wave 50. Look at those elites dodging us, or charging us. Boom. There you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, again, let's just talk through why this build is working so much. We're continuing to get a ton of materials from those hunting trophies. Those hunting trophies are feeding all of our paddings. Our paddings are helping us scale our HP even higher as we get more materials. And again, our damage coming from the potato throwers and the alien eyes is continuing to go up. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell. How much are, I mean, I think that just crit for like 80,000. So you can see, or 65,000. So you can see this is really, really effective. And this build really is strong enough to keep going like for as long as you want. Again, because we're continuing to scale. Once we go ahead and wrap up this wave, we'll go ahead and show, all these crazy item stats that we've accumulated over 50 waves, as we've absolutely just broken the game, and you can see just stomping. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's like a potato flamethrower. The best potato I've ever seen. And here we go. Another another padding. Sure fin, why not? Sure helmet. Sure poison tonic. Sure community support. Sure attack speed. So there you have it. Showing a run. Like, we're going to go ahead and stop here, but this easily could have, you could have easily taken this to wave 100, 150, 200, 250, but I believe I'm getting the point across. You can see 15,000 HP from the tentacle. Wow. 402, 493, 754. So almost a billion damage from our alien eyes. A ton of extra HP. 12 times 492. So a little bit right around 6,000. A whopping just shy of 80,000 materials with the hunting trophy. But again, just showing how you can go ahead and bust open Endless Mode. 708 stats from the Vigilante Ring, 290 health from the extra stomach. So you can see just all that coming together. 380 stats from 3 magical leaves. So again, we'll call it here, but just showing you how you can go ahead and break open Endless Mode yourself. All right, good morning, folks. Decided to let this run sort of go a little bit last night, and here we are at wave 97. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and crack that wave 100 here for you. As you can see, our alien eyes are now critting for about 770,000 as we continue to just rapidly scale. From this point in the run on, your success is really driven again by how many Tardigades and how many alien eyes you get. But we'll see if we can go ahead and make it to that fabled wave 100, which I have done before. But like I said, it does depend a little bit on your item luck at this point in order to see how far you can scale. But at a cool 34,000, 34,000 HP, as we go ahead and just annihilate these guys here. But we do have to be really careful about not getting hit, so we can't just stand still. I think we have 6 Tardigades, so we can get hit 6 times without worry. After that, we really can only take 1 or 2 hits before we die, even with, how much armor do we have here? 173 armor, giving us 92% damage reduction. And I believe this sort of physical cap, for all intents and purposes, is 93, and that's just that anvil doing good work. So here we go into wave 98, going into a boss wave. So I am going to try to dodge as much as I can, which is a little bit difficult, as you might see, as we let the alien waves really do the bulk of the damage to the bosses. I think we're able to take, there's 1 monk left. We're able to take all the bosses out. So we'll see if we can go ahead and clear wave 100, where things will ramp up in difficulty again. But you can see all the chests from the bosses. No laser turret. We'll take an acid. We'll go ahead and take a white flag at this point, just because why not? Sure metal detector, no mushroom, no defective tonic. Happy with the poisonous tonic. Again, I think attack speed is one of the things we can still get to help us. So we'll take some attack speed as we go here into wave 99. It's like, what do you even have to say at this point? Like, what's up commentating? I will say, if I were to do one thing differently that I haven't realized when I did this before, is I may have been a little bit more decisive about picking up metal detectors a little earlier. I just sort of, my brain kind of glossed over about like how long we would be pulling materials to us. And we can see our metal detectors have given us 686 materials. I don't think I picked it up until like wave 65. So if I were to do this again, You know, again, I've done the endless mode, but I haven't really done it that many times. I would definitely probably prioritize picking up some more metal detectors, as well as getting more items earlier on that have limited caps. So we stopped seeing the rerolls. So something like a gecko, which I already had a Sif's relic, I still would have probably done my best to take 5 of them rather than skipping them earlier. Just hit the item cap earlier, so I no longer saw them from the rerolls, from the crates, etc. Alrighty. So going to wave 100, and you can see just how expensive our items are. And the reason I'm locking some items is because I actually got this tip from a Redditor on the Brotato Reddit page, which is not a mechanic I discovered myself, so I will give full credit to them that if we have an item locked here, that item will actually not appear in the crates. So because I'm looking for more Tardigades, I am locking 3 epic items, so they will not that I'm not interested in, so they will be appearing in the crates. But without further ado, let's see if we can take out wave 100. We may end up dying here because, like I said, this one wasn't as crazy. As you can see, we already burned 2 of our Tardigades. We really are just trying to survive long enough for our alien eyes to do as much work as possible. And we want to be in the center of the map for them to be as effective as possible, although that is not always an option, obviously. But here we are, wave 100. Looks like we're going to clear it relatively efficiently. Wow, look at that. Look at all those crates. You know, I believe it's every 10 waves or so, more and more bosses start spawning. So you can see here, wave 100. I think we got it. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but glad to recreate this on stream. I did this once. Like I said, I got to wave 100 previously. I was like, that took forever. I'm never doing this again. But you gotta do it for the gram, I think, as the kids would say. And we'll go ahead and look at some of our item stats here as we demolish wave 100. And again, you can use this style of build, especially if you get good luck with those alien eyes and Tardigades, paddings, and hunting trophies to just keep on going. You know, you can definitely keep going past this. But look at all these chests. Sure acid. Don't want a blood donation because of how it works with Tardigades. Sure eliminate one eye. And hey, we got another alien eyes. As they've done a cool 372, 784, 403, 12 billion, over 12 billion damage. But we'll definitely take that. Don't want the missile because attack speed is so important. Sure alien eyes, sure mutation. And here we go. Another Tardigade taking head injury. And again, out of all these, you can see rolling so expensive, we will not do that. So here we are, wave 100 run, just showing how far you can absolutely go doing this. And let's look at some of our item stats here. A cool 248,000 items from hunting trophy. Whatever 13 times 2,700 is for padding. 80,000 HP healed from tentacle. But the real things we want to look at are where are those leafs and alien eyes here. Leafs, 1320 XP from the leafs, which is really, really good. And then we sort of looked at it earlier. A sweet 12 billion damage from alien eyes. And you know what? Because we got a boss coming to 101, we'll just see how this goes. See if we... You can see, look at that. Just the entire map is red. Wow, there we go. Anyway, I hope this is a... Oh, let's see if we can go ahead and take this out. And we'll go ahead and look at what's in those chests here. So I'll go ahead and pause until... We'll skip ahead for the rest of this wave. And here we are at the end of the wave. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chests. Free bait, why not? Free alien tongue, why not? Don't want a candle. Sure, take a robot arm. Sure, take a weird food. I'll take another hunting trophy. Take an alien worm. I don't need a pencil. We'll take a hedgehog. And again, go ahead and take this just so it gives us a little flexibility. But anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here on wave 102. But I guess I hope I've demonstrated the point about how you yourself can break endless mode as we absolutely get to the really ridiculous depths of the game as things just get a little crazy. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, and take care.